Okay, so we're still looking at data and we're looking at statistics and how to kind of use that information. And so there's a few other key things that we want to talk about today. So the first one is going to be called dispersion. And so what that is how data is spread about the mean. Okay, so how is it spread around the average? Is it going to be everything's kind of huddled around the average, or is it spread pretty wide from the average? Or kind of how do we look at that data? Is all the information kind of huddled in that center area of right there close to the mean? Or is it going to be very, very spread out? So that's kind of the information that we're going to be looking for. So the first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking for the mean absolute deviation. And what that is, it's called the MAD. It is the average distance of each value from the mean. Okay, and so what that means is we have to look at the average, we have to find the mean, the average of the set of data, and then we're going to take the absolute value or the distance of each of those points from that average, add it all together, and divide that by the number of points that you have. And this is kind of the formula for it. And it's a very complicated looking formula, but the actual process is not that difficult, okay? And so I'll show you how to do that here in just a second. The second thing is called standard deviation, and it's a little symbol that looks like this, and your calculator will calculate it for you because it's a fairly complicated formula. If you can see that, it's a little bit more complicated. But what it does is it shows how the data deviates from the mean. And it's something that we use with a bell curve. Okay, and we'll talk more about bell curves at a later date, but it's how the information deviates, or how it is separate from the mean, or how it's, again, kind of spaced out from the mean. All right. Now, a variance is when you take that standard deviation and we square it. So it is the standard deviation squared. Okay, so these formulas look very complicated. They will be what they give you on your EOC to use as a formula, but you just need to know the basics of what they are, and it's a lot easier to work through the formula that way. Okay,